what are the main KPIs, key performance indicators you're looking at to help guide you on that journey, your guardrails for success or things you need to work on?
Yeah, man. So, probably about 2 years ago, I didn't really know these numbers. I mean, I knew the numbers were there. I didn't really know what to look at. I'm like, I'm sitting there typing in Google, what's the right metric for a CEO? What do you need to look at? Like everybody asks that question. And like in reality, I realized like it's really what you need for your business. And you can kind of look at it from a standpoint of like, okay, what goals do I want to see my business achieve? And then you can kind of work back from there. But for me, so something that we've looked at a lot lately because we've had some inefficiencies and we noticed that, like our gross profit might be a little bit down. We really focus on, for me, it's the two big ones are where the boots meet the rubber meets the road essentially is estimated versus actual for time materials, or materials and materials and
Budget
time.
versus actual. Yep. Okay. Yep.
Exactly. That is to me number one, because that's what makes money, right? I also started looking at man hours per revenue per man hour across the board. That's been pretty helpful. And then unbillable versus billable, which can be shown up in your gross profit. Because what we've found is like I went and pulled a metric a couple weeks ago, and we realized that we were running at like 63% efficiency rating for that week for our lawn care guys. And that was god awful, right? I mean, I basically did the math and I said, it's like, I might as well just write a check for $1,800 and just like go divvy it up against our clients. Cause that's basically what I'm doing, and so I explained
it. Been there.
It is 100%. And I think, but again, like I said earlier in the call, is like, I make things more difficult than they need to be. And I want to get off in the weeds and get down. And like the idea is having a software that you use that you can dive in and understand is important, the aggregator, the data. But like the whole intention behind it is like when this, essentially your fuel tank hits that little orange line, that's when you go and you can dive deeper into there. Now, heading up like, hey, something's going wrong. We're heading in the wrong direction. But getting to that point, you have to pay attention, but you don't have to go dive deep until it really becomes ideally you want to know before it becomes a real problem, but not when you got a 3/4 of a tank, you're just like, hey, I'm going to dive in and try to figure out like why the specific client on this specific day at the specific property was a problem.